what's up, people? What's up, people? Hey, people. Hey, Brand. What's up, Sugar? What's up, Saints? What's up, lovers? What's up to the Lux? What's up to the gang? What's up to the gang? I'm gonna eat a little bit, a little late lunch. Or really, probably not an early dinner. I'll probably make something else later. I have some jerk chicken, some cabbage with some rutabaga. All of this meal started because of the rutabagas. And I have some rice with the gravy on it. This is the last. I've been ate this since Sunday. Y'all know how I'm passionate about my leftovers. So I'm at the tail. This is the last of the rice, and it's the last of everything. The last of rice and cabbage, last of the chicken. Had me a family pack. Yes, I eat a family pack of chicken. I am the size of one family. I came on live. I posted a video. Tried to do the TikTok things. I posted a video letting the people know what I'm gonna be talking about. Bring the people in. Jump on down in the comments with a topic. Jump on down in the comments with your opinion. If you're new here, you know this is a safe space. If you've been here, if you're a part of the collective, you already know what it gives. I'm mad this is the end of the cabbage. I am a little mad. But you know, you just gotta move on to the next meal. Aside from what I said in the video, Sinbad is recovering. I guess they're both recovering. Sinbad and Jay Leno. Both recovering. Fabulous news. Great to hear. Crazy that it's funny, not funny, but it's interesting that J-Lo, I don't know why I said J-Lo. Bear with me, y'all know it's been a minute. It's Jay-Lynn. It's interesting that Jay Leno is a play. Well, we got to come back later because this is it. So I don't have no more to give, but I will a little later and tomorrow. But it's interesting that Jay Leno would be caught up in a car fire, knowing how passionate that man is about cars. You know, some things just don't make sense when they happen. Like Steve Irwin being killed by a stingray, and that man be out there wrangling up crocodiles. You know, some things just don't make sense, but they happen. And we're left to deal with them and process them. We're left to deal and we're left to process. Let me get the info up and get to carrying on. This is what is really interesting. First of all, it's too late in the game for Queen Latifah to be coming out. And I know the people love the Queen and probably want to hear, but girl, I just seen this thing. Queen Latifah reveals that initially she didn't know she was a girl when she was growing up. She had to be told, I was running around like the boys. I was free. Somebody said, Queen, I don't believe that. Respectfully, love you though. Seriously. I'm pretty sure your mother was like, yeah, girl. She knew you so much to keep that hair together. She knew you was girl enough for that. Long and luscious. I'm sure, you know, the Queen got to be about 50. Did they tell me how old she is? The Queen got to be about 55, 56. So there's time in there to repair some hair, indeed. But and the money to maintain it. But you know, good hair. Somebody didn't always have good hair from the beginning. So I know these stories, and like I said, these things happen, and they want you to believe them, regardless of what you know for yourself to be actual and factual, a true life human experience. Queen Latifah coming out talking about, yeah, I never knew. And you know what? No, we're not entitled to in people's lives. Like um, like we talk about Beyonce, neat, always talking about her body, but don't talk about who did it. You know she don't need to come out with a song and write about it, whatever. But don't get here and act like this is what it is, and this is what happens after you have 3 kids. Not the case. Regardless if you got a nutritionist or workout, and not the case, because it wouldn't be sitting so shapely. But that's beside the point. Todd Priestley's going to jail. I never liked them Priestleys. I knew it was something up with them from the moment they hit the TV screen. Okay, I didn't know whether it was reality TV, a skit, a sketch comedy. I didn't know what the Priestleys was, and now here we are. They doing harder time than Teresa and Joe. Not Todd Priestley's male lover says he's the one who turned him and his wife over to the FBI after the affair went south. Do y'all care about any of this? Turned him in after the lover after the affair went south. Now we got these jilted lovers out here ruining lives. Be careful who you lay down with, people. Be careful who you lay with. If somebody's even laying with them. And y'all know I say too, these relationships out here, let me put my straw in there. You know, every relationship is not a conventional relationship. The most successful and people that have been together the longest don't live a relationship in the way that you may be familiar with. Yes, us common folk, you. There's games and there's intention and there's reasons behind them being together. Hey, Chris, happy Thanksgiving. Beside them, there's reasons for them being together. Just look at y'all know who I'm gonna say? August Alsina, Jada Pinkett. August didn't turn gay yesterday. Let me tell you this, you don't turn gay in a day now. And if you don't think, thank you, it is just the end, I'm sad about it. And if you hate me up, what's up, love? And if you don't think Will Smith was in there while August and Jada was in there doing what people do, and if you don't think Jada or Will Smith took part in that, you're foolish. Yes, I said it. You're foolish. Oh, chicken liver. You know, all in the point of these celebrities and their relationships, not conventional. Even some people that you know in your own area. Hey, Angela. I had some jerk chicken, I had some cabbage and rutabaga, and I made some rice. This is on Sunday. Yeah, y'all know how passionate I am about my leftovers. Even people you know in your own neighborhood. It's just a small, intimate gathering tomorrow. Nothing major. I told myself last year I wasn't going to be celebrating no holidays. Not in a sense of, oh, happy this, happy that, because it's all messy. That's why I said in the video, stay tuned, we'll get into that later, once I get worked up. But even people you know in your own relationships, in your own backyard, together forever, there's some unconvention in the perception of convention that their relationship looks like, or the key to their success. So you have to work what works for you. But that August thing, child, moving on. I think the purpose of that was to be careful who you sleep with, because Todd Priestley's lover came out and tried and outed the family. That's the mass.com. I'm gonna tell you this. What up, Compton? Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Happy gobble gobble. Hope you have some good eats. I hope you have a delicious holiday. That's what I'm gonna say instead of Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a delicious holiday. May your greens be spicy and crisp, and your yams be tender and sweet. Because I always want us to feel something, especially this, it's always because it's always some mess, okay? I tell you, I didn't even get into, or wanted to get into the, what's her name, Shanquella Robinson story. I don't want to. Because first off, we're not going to get the true story. Secondly, do we ever really understand what happened with the girl who was down in the hotel, left the party? Where were they at? Left the party. She was in the room, the room party she was having with her friends, and made her way down to the basement, the the hotel basement, into the kitchen, into the fridge. Human experience. Let me tell you, I done been drunk. Okay, I done been drunk. I never been like high. High don't make you do things like that. In the freezer dead. In the freezer dead. But I done been drunk. I done been in places. I done woke up places. Always with a friend there. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody, not too far, except when I woke up. But even still, it was safe enough that although it was in a place I didn't want to be, I was safe, you know? That's not a natural human experience. To leave a house party. What about Kevin Gates? Let me get into that. Bookmark Kevin Gates, a brand. A natural, to leave a party like that, wander off by yourself and end up in the freezer of a bitch, in the basement, in the kitchen, and the things, and it's just not. It's just not. And I know people. I know a couple people. I don't know 30, how many of her followers I have. I don't know that many people. And maybe one of y'all have. But no, of the people I know and the silly things that we've gotten into over the years, never found ourselves in such a compromised situation. Shanquella. Something happens, you get the information, it gets out. You want to know how it gets out? Because everybody there has something to say. Everybody there experienced the same situation. Shanquella was this, Shanquella was that, this is what we did, this is what it was. The story breaks. The news is out. It's not every minute, every day is something different. Every day this developed, and then this, and then this, and then. What I'm looking at right now is different from what I just saw when I was getting those images together on the video. Just now. Friends wouldn't allow a doctor to transfer Shanquella Robinson to a hospital report claims. And I also wanted to say, too, when these people die, they always got the best pictures. Let me tell you, it's going to be some shit pictures when they have some shit happen to me. And they looking for London. It's going to be some, I'll be looking just like this. It ain't going to be some glammed up, because I don't think they were using Michaela Shawn picture. But some glammed up photo, like, it's always the most dressed up in the best packages. Where is Shanquella? Driving in the car, riding on the bus stop, waiting on the bus stop. Something not so. Oh, look at that black girl there. and with her edges out and her big lashes on. Had to been Shanquella that looks like that. It's good. So I don't like that. Also, like I said, every day. Let me read what it said. Let me just read this real quick to y'all. Hold on, let me wet my mouth. Hold on, let me. um, this is what they said. The mystery surrounding the death of Shanquella has deepened after investigators discovered she was alive for 3 hours after help was called. Robinson's death certificate originally stated that she died within 15 minutes of sustaining severe spinal cord injury. 3 hours and 15 minutes is a huge gap in time. However, a police report obtained is setting a timeline. However, a police report obtained by Charlotte confirmed Dr. So-and-so of the American Vendetta treated Robinson for nearly 3 hours before she died while vacationing in San Jose del Cabo. Per the report, Winter Donovan, with an E, one of Robinson's friends who traveled to Mexico with her, called for medical assistance on October 29th at 2:13 p.m. House calls for non-emergency treatments are common in tourist areas of Mexico. How was this not an emergency? When Dr. Gutierrez arrived almost an hour later, this is at 2:13 p.m. When he arrived almost at quarter after 3, she encountered a dehydrated Robinson, who was also unable to speak. When the doctor told the group she wanted to transfer Robinson to a nearby hospital, they refused. When the doctor, I'm reading this more for me. Y'all probably already read this, but I'm reading this for me. Like I told you, I didn't really dive in, and let me get a genuine response with my people, okay? When the doctor told the group, when the medically certified physician told some vacationing out-of-towners she wanted to transfer Robinson to a nearby hotel, they refused and insisted that she treat the 25-year-old in the villa. Robinson's vital signs were stable then, but when Gutierrez tried to administer an IV, she was unsuccessful. Robinson's friends did not give the doctor any details regarding injury, but did say Robinson consumed a lot of alcohol. As the doctor tried to treat her, Robinson began convulsing and having difficulty breathing. Paramedics were called to the Posh Resort, and life-saving measures were attempted. Sadly, Robinson was pronounced dead at 5:30. Okay? First of all, why? And as I'm reading this makes me think about that black lady who was with her white friends at the sleepover and she the only one to end up dead. Like, how many times do things like this need to start happening for things to click? What exactly the click is, I'm not exactly sure, because it's like I said, we all have to move. As a black culture, we have to move differently. How do we prevent ourselves from falling victim to these types of situations? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not there yet. Me, from what I see from this, maybe if I scroll another couple, they'll have me something else. But I don't know if anyone got arrested. That was my first time actually reading something about it. But we can't let this keep happening. From Trayvon Martin to Sandra Bland to the white lady, to the black lady with the white ladies, and some shit like this, and the young lady that was found in the freezer with her liver gone, or some shit like that. We can't, like, there's something that's not random. For her friends, what the fuck? She was 25 years old. I'm willing to bet her friends was probably at the least. I would hate to think she was the oldest at 25 over in Cabo. So I'm assuming they all around the same age, between 23 and 29. 5 of them. Did they say 5, or did I just come up with that? I feel like it's in my spirit that it was 5 of them. What do y'all know? And what do y'all say? Because if she denied, if the doctor wanted to take her, it was in the mat with his word exactly. If the doctor wanted to take her to the hospital, somebody had to sign off on that. I went to Summer Jam, and this is a secret. Don't tell nobody. I went to Summer Jam in 2017. I almost died at Summer Jam. Okay, between the drinks and the weed and the people, it was overwhelming. Passed out in that bathroom. Okay, paramedics came. They wanted to take me and whisk me away. I said, no, I'm good. I know I'll be all right. I just need a minute of my time. You know what I mean? Away from the people, away from the things. But I was down. Okay. They slipped me, so I was in the bathroom stall. They slipped me something under the bathroom stall. I had to sign it for them to leave me the fuck alone. If this young girl at 20, I wasn't 25, I was older than that. When she got there, she was dehydrated and unable to speak. I was speaking and walking around, dizzy as fuck. But I was walking around and they wanted me to sign the thing because the paramedics want to take her to the hospital. This doctor gets there and wants to take her to the hospital. Who signed off on the fact that that doctor couldn't follow through with with the necessary care, required care necessary to service that young lady? Who signed off on that? And at 25 years old, no, none of them know what to do with that. 25 years old, they ain't got no business in Cabo. Because y'all clearly don't know how to act. You got to travel to Cabo. You should have got to be at least 30. And no, there is no age on common sense. Because I'm sure there's 25-year-olds that go to Cabo all the time. Maybe somebody in here has gone and they had a very delightful adult time. But when y'all get to drinking besides yourself, if you can't be responsible for one another, that's the thing. Now we traveling outside state lines. We have to be able to be, it's not about having a good time now. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time at the kickback at the house or the kickback spot or whatever. But once we get on the airplane and we outside state lines, we then become responsible for each other on a different level. You my mother, you my cousin, you my auntie. Okay? This is crayon apple juice. It's so good. See, now this is going to make me, and not just because it just raises more questions for me. Sorry, Shanquella. I'm so it's devastating that Shanquella died in this manner. And as these stories begin to develop, like I said, between 15 minutes and 13 and 3 hours is a huge gap in time. And there's more things to look at. Not Taylor Port. I want to make a video about all the, we've come such a long way in drinking and makeup and fashion and everything. And of all the things to have as a cocktail, people want to bring back Taylor Port. And of all the advances in makeup with primers and things like that, girls is out here still using milk and magnesia. And when it comes to fashion, the advances in fashion, white people still out here in crushed ones. Like where are we at? Where is it going? And how is it being done? Moving on. Not moving on. Let me see. I don't know what I want to do. Because this Shanquella got me worked up. And I'm going to have to get into that tonight. Girl, the milk and magnesia takes me out every time. Every time. Brands have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars of R&D. Figuring out what we need so these girls ain't out here putting acid reflux stuff on their face. I don't care if it works. Like, just to be trendy. You look crazy. Milk and magnesia on your damn face. You look foolish. All these products out here. Milk and magnesia for your stomach. It's for your stomach. Not for a seamless blend. a flawless base. I want to get into the Shanquella thing, but I want to move on. I hope that people do, because sometimes I think I'm really funny. And sometimes just people just be like, oh, look at your glasses. So I don't know what the people like sometimes. But I stay true to the shit. Either way. That Shanquella, y'all, I'm going to have to put me together a video. Hey, Spotty Yachty. I'm going to have to put me a little video together. And I could throw her in there with old girl from Cali who went barreling down La Brea into some cars that blew up by themselves. I'm mad I don't have another plate to eat after this because this wasn't enough. Just the first thing I ate today. But I'm going to probably just do some noodles after this. Do I got something else? No. That's my favorite part of the chicken, the gristle. Now let me get into that because that's what I said. Did you come in from the video, Spot? Did you come in from the video? I want to see if that works. Did any of y'all come in from the video? Double tap the screen if you did. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling vulnerable. Let me see what I can find on them kids. I love J-Lo, but I don't care about her Instagram going black. Good, I'm glad, Spotty. That's why I did that. Because if it's one trendy thing I'm gonna do on TikTok, I'm gonna see if those types of things bring the people in, or at least get my video out there. Love J-Lo, but I don't care about her Instagram going black. She about to leave Ben. Somebody about to get left. Something's happening. Something's doing, as it always does. Well, the story will continue to develop with that as well. Let me find these. Oh, now what is this? Oh, see now. So now this is a different picture of Shanquella right here. The same thing I was just reading. The Creases did live in that beautiful home now. All right, moving. Let me see what I can find. This is Kobe Bryant's daughter. Bookmark Kevin Gates too. Kobe Bryant's daughter to Natalia. What's the read with Wendy Williams? I need to get a how could I do that? Get a list. My dad used to watch this show. I don't know if there's any guys in here. Definitely probably no straight guys, but gay guys like sports too. I don't know, it could be some straight guys in here. Hey to you if you straight. Strictly Punani. My dad watched the show and I just want to set everything up like that, so I'm putting that out into the ether. Called Pardon the Interruption. With the list, and then I would like to format a show like that, but with the shits. And if you see it, I haven't seen it yet. So if you see it, know you heard it here first. Because I have to get a list of things. I got to get back to Kevin Gates. And then to get in, I do want to talk about Wendy Williams. Because that just happened on Monday. So if you saw that video of her, that just happened on Monday. Excuse me. I'm one of those black kids. Those 3 black. I don't know. You got to say black because they not white. These white kids ain't out here dying in groups and gangs and singled out. Where was that? Black. I hate that. Kids dying on vacation. I hate that. How do you even look this stuff up without sounding nuts? I'm gonna type in black kids die on vacation. Black kid died. Black kid dies on amusement park. Vacation. God help us all. Jennifer Hart drove her 6 children to, oh Jesus, that was 2019. Do y'all know Jennifer Hart? Tiffany Cross. Okay, so now I got to add that to the list. Let me write this stuff down. That's not even that should be at the top of the thing because that's what's going on right now. August 9th. Visitor killed while on Myrtle Beach vacation. Hart crash site Jennifer Hart Facebook. Lesbian mothers killed their 6 children in murder-suicide after driving off a cliff. I'm just running. I put in black kids die on vacation, expecting the newest set of black children to die that died on vacation to be at the top. But that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting an overview of the black kids that have died. Tamla Horsford died at a slumber party in 2018. Her family still awaits answers. Sarah and Jennifer Hart's. Did y'all say something about Hart? Well, that's the white lady. Yeah, that's the white lady with the black kids. Sarah and Jennifer Hart's murder suicide 4 years later. Christ. And now they want to talk about the Emmett Till. Emmett Till fucking died. How old was Emmett Till? 12, 14, 16? He was 14. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I don't even. Where do I even look? Where did the people, black kids? I shouldn't say black kids because they wasn't kids. They was adults. Family pushing for answers after daughter died during Mexico trip. That's Lacreta, whatever her name is. Father says, yeah, I'm just trying to find it. What should I look up? What should I look up? Where did they die at? I'm trying to get it from a good source. I don't want it to be from oh Christ. I don't want it to be from a blog site. But I'm gonna try to get the facts here. I'm gonna have to go back through the comments and touch on what y'all had touched on. Y'all just gotta give me a chance to get acclimated and situated as I sit here and try to get the things out I wanted to discuss the first time. They died. Those 3 football players died. I keep telling y'all about them football players that died. They keep dying month after month. Young black football players keep dying. What are we supposed to do? Nothing. We're supposed to do absolutely nothing. Mourn the losses and sit shiva and do nothing. That's the best possible option. I'm not encouraging y'all to get out here like Beyonce and quit everything like she said in that damn song. But what could we do to make people understand that we're sick of this type of thing happening? Sit shiva and mourn for 14. Is it 14 days? 10 days. Because did y'all not just hear me run through those other cases? Like I said, it's not. And then if it was white people out here, the story just would be greater. We wouldn't even hear about black stories. It would be white people news. But we have a place. Just like Khloe Kardashian has her place in the Kardashian trajectory or the influence. You know what I mean? Everything has its place. That's the point. Y'all, where was them kids at that died? I can't find it. I can't find it. I don't know what to look up. I don't know what their names are. In Minnesota. Hey, Holly. What's up, love? In Minnesota, a 17-year-old boy was killed over some Balenciaga sneakers. It's a real life situation going on where somebody's killing somebody over sneakers. First of all, if you can't afford the Balenciaga sneakers, well, do y'all what y'all know what they saying about that, Holly? You can't afford the Balenciaga sneakers. Where the hell did you get the gun? Gun control. Let me tell you this. I don't be knowing what I'm gonna get into when I get on here with y'all. But the spirit, y'all and y'all are the spirits. And thank y'all for 3,000 likes. You're running it up. I love y'all for that. Y'all surely lead me and guide me right into where I need to be and get these thoughts right on out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where there's always some gang stuff. Where are you in Minnesota too? Sada, I know you don't hate it here at the collective. Imagine if somebody came on and said that. I hate it here. People are rude. Not that rude though. I'm trying to figure. I just want to get some details. Let me go to my. I did take a picture. Improperly installed water heater likely caused carbon monoxide in Oklahoma. Oh, here in the world, in America. Well, then, yeah. I only know. I think that's what she meant. No, Mia, that's my girl. I know she love it here. Hate it here in America. I'm sure is what she meant. So this is the thing. A water heater. That's what I'm looking. Okay, so it was a water heater, which is such a bullshit. So many things going on. It's been a while since I've sat and chopped it up with you guys. Water heater killed Airbnb. I don't be knowing how to look up stuff. Three friends found, what's this from? Fox News. Do y'all like Fox News? People, you know what I like? US. No. The Sun. Let me see what they say. Do they even got it? They should. They report on everything else. No. No, you don't like Fox News. Let me find something else. And now, what is carbon monoxide is an issue before booking an Airbnb? First of all, you should have carbon monoxide detectors in your house, in your Airbnb. I thought that was one of the certifications to even have an Airbnb. Firstly. Secondly, maybe somebody took it out, but that's why you have to go and follow up. Because no, air monoxide, if it's not beeping, and even if it is beeping, you got to call your Airbnb person and let them know. But because the batteries could die overnight, you never fucking know. But ain't nobody taking no yeah, that's why I be so cautious about where I get the news from because I really don't trust the news nowhere, honestly. But ain't nobody, our carbon monoxide thing, usually in the kitchen, somewhere off on the side. It's usually not nowhere, definitely not in a room, not in the living room, somewhere where somebody would take it out of the wall for that specific reason. So where was the carbon monoxide detector in the goddamn house? I don't want to read it. What is K4? Let me read it from K. This happened on November 9th. This is This is 3 weeks old. Authorities have determined that three male, well, yeah, determined to have Americans who were staying at Airbnb in Mexico. Again, this is back, they said last month. So this happened in October? Police said Tuesday postmortem examinations of Cortez Hall, Jordan Marshall, and Candace Florence, who were found unresponsive on October 30th in the Airbnb they were renting, died of carbon monoxide poisoning, according to the Associated Press. Carbon monoxide is commonly found, of course, we know that. Security guards at the apartment building they were staying in did call police after noticing an intense smell of gas in an apartment. You can't smell carbon monoxide. Moving on. The families of Marshall and Florence told News Next Stars earlier this week that the friends had been visiting Mexico to attend a celebration surrounding Dia de los Muertos. Florence's boyfriend had been on the phone with her on the night of October 30th when Florence started getting sick, the family said. She told him something wasn't right. The two eventually were disconnected, and he couldn't get Florence back on the line. He then called the Airbnb host to do a welfare check, and authorities found Florence, Marshall, and Hall dead. The victims' families recounted the difficulties they faced in getting information and their loved ones' belonging from Mexican authorities. Let me tell you this. You don't, I'm feeling sick, and die from carbon monoxide poisoning. You feel the effects of it for some time before it takes your life, especially in an apartment. Now, you in a car, in a closed setting, the effects and mortality is all sped up, right? But you in an apartment? Was you down in the boiler? You had a room right above the boiler? Oh, the oven. Now the gas and carbon monoxide ain't the same thing. So you get the gas turned on. So somebody had the burners. Do they even get into that? Because I have to say that, and as I think it out. Because somebody had the burners on, but not in Mexico. And y'all there for Dias de los Muertos. Why y'all not even in the damn house? I would, you know what I mean. Like y'all are there to have a good time. Everybody's out. When she says do they even say the time she said she talked to her boyfriend? I would love to know the time she said she talked to him. But she said she was getting sick. And then the call got disconnected. How did the call get disconnected? Was she on a landline? Marshall's mother, Jennifer, said they spent hours at Mexico's police station waiting for a translator to show up. The U.S. Embassy was also closed. I did not know the embassy closed when they arrived, and they were unable to get into the Airbnb to collect her son's things. They didn't have the funerals for these people. Tourists dying of gas inhalation has been a persistent problem in Mexico. Why? A gas tank explosion in March killed 2 restaurant employees and injured 18 people at a beachside restaurant on Mexico's Caribbean coast. It said 3 Americans were found dead at Sandals Resort in Bahamas in May, also died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Autopsy and toxicology reports showed. Though authorities haven't said what exactly caused the exposure, investigators looked into possible air conditioning or water heater leaks. And that's what they said, the water heater malfunction. You know how many people got water heaters? Everybody in this group. Everybody in this group. Everybody in this room right now got a goddamn water heater. Another reason why you keep your carbon monoxide detector up to date, batteries fresh, in the right position. Now y'all got all these things going on down in Mexico. Can't get the gas right. Water heaters malfunctioning. What else did they say? And air conditionings. The fuck? Everybody got, half of y'all got air conditioners in the window right now. The other half got central air. I'm sure y'all have a carbon monoxide detector in y'all basement or close to the area where y'all have these things. How we got this business of Airbnb, or this country where all this tourism happens, and things like this happen. That's not normal. You know what is normal, and what was happening, so much so that there had to been a change nationwide. People were getting into it. Accidents, fender benders, full-blown traumatic car accidents, different levels of vehicular incidences and sustaining injuries that could have been relieved. It's sustaining injuries. Is prohibited the word I'm looking for? Sustaining injuries that didn't have to happen if they wore seatbelts. That was a national thing. Everybody wear your seatbelts, because people are sustaining injuries that don't need to happen to this extent. Avoid it. Don't need to happen to this extent because you did not wear your seatbelt. That happens to everybody. That's a global thing. Click it or ticket. Also, they want to get somebody the bottom line too. I think that happened. Maybe not. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe I need to retract that. Maybe I might want to rethink that and retract that, because them getting to the bottom line of whatever type of fines and whatever they accumulated. But I am not a seatbelt wearer either, okay? Because I know what I'm doing. But you also don't know who you're with. And I always said you got to drive for other people. You can't drive for yourself. But that became a state thing, and it became a federal funded situation when people were getting fined for these tickets. So whether I likened it to this situation where it was a global thing, because if carbon monoxide, which everybody has an appliance, an item, they are in a situation or in a setting where carbon monoxide could be emitted. Lots of cars, Holly, have such an annoying alarm on the, like, girl. My dad did. My dad used to click his behind. Should I tell him? Should I say that? Seems like a Day of the Dead. And then y'all know what happened after that. These people died on the 30th. Takeoff died the next day. So when they talk about they was there for Dia de los Muertos, that's what Dia de los Muertos is. Like that, like, ooh, if it knows, ooh, goddamn fancy cars, doing fancy too much. But that was the thing, and even still, we talking about bottom lines again. Those are features you pay for in luxury cars, because that all goes towards a bottom line. That all goes towards the bottom line. So everything, like I always say, there's a reason for everything. Nothing is coincidental. Nothing is really accidental. People go on vacation, have been going on vacation to Mexico for years, before it was Airbnbs, before they probably even understood the significance of tourism from America to Mexico, and these things were not happening, or not, and if they were happening, they weren't being televised, publicized, notarized. Now, why is that? I don't know why. I don't know how we get to the bottom of that. But now we're here where it's every other month, every traveling season, every vacationing season, some shit like this is going on. But it's not happening to white people. White people kill people on vacation. Black people die. You know, the Amanda Knoxes and the stuff like that. I haven't heard about a white person dying on vacation since that Russian man killed that girl on the cruise or whatever. But welcoming Russia to the conversation. Are y'all picking up? Are y'all with me where I'm at? Are you listening to me with a half an ear? So that was that. Because I'm moving on. Also, too, why is it two guys and one girl? What was they going for? She's in there talking to her boyfriend on the phone. Do she sell? She got what that thing called? Creaming? Paintage? What's up, my love? It looked like she got products. Release. It looked like it's called Release. Looked like body butters or something. Maybe a candle. Yes. Why that girl was it a brand trip? They was going to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. So there you go, and that's why they get to retract the stories and giving, the story came out, because if they say they go down there to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, why is it only three of them? Why is it two girls and a guy? And she's in there got to call her boyfriend on the phone. What's that situation? Like I said, no, people live on conventional things. But that don't make no sense. Do that make sense to y'all? Let me know if it do. Because I might be the only one. Strapping too. And you can't judge a book by its cover, especially with the pictures that they use. But yeah, that wasn't just some trip. That wasn't just some trip for them to go celebrate some Mexican holiday. No. And Shanquella, I'm moving on after this. And Shanquella, on vacation with friends that didn't want her to be treated properly, is not a normal situation. Let me go back. Somebody has said? First, I'm going on. I don't know what did Kevin Gates do, y'all. Y'all know Kevin Gates is always up to something. Not Kelvin. Kevin Yates. Kevin Jerome. Kevin Gates' daughter confession turns him off rapping. Is that what we're saying, Brian? Did Kevin Gates date his cousin Drika? Who cares? Kevin Gates, I just wish he had a little bit more ass. It's a separate thing. Kevin Gates' daughter's confession turns him off rapping about sex. Is that what we're talking about? See, you know what? And that's my fault. Ain't nobody been in here. I've been on 54 minutes. And TikTok is punishing me. Because I'm not going to be on here long. And then when I get ready to get out, I think I want to send a bunch of people in here. Kevin Gates wants to stop rapping about sex after his daughter's bedroom confession. Brian, is this what we're talking about? Or was there something else Kevin Gates did? Has admitted he wants to stop rapping about sex. Well, I mean, what are the people going to rap about? I mean, there's things to rap about, but what are the people going to rap about? In the behind-the-scenes footage of his Love Myself music video in 2021, Baton Rouge revealed his daughter told him she partakes in anilingus. Uh, I, I don't care. I don't care. Like, okay, all right. And then what? He said that this is in 2021. The video was. This is saying last year he dropped the dick. The video he was fucking some bitch from the back. Somebody else said something about I think it was we had discussed that, but they asked about Tiffany Cross. Probably not. Are you still in here, B's best friend? No. I got to get on Wendy right after this. Stacy, is you still in here? Tiffany Cross. Oh yeah. Um, Seems like they're trying to break this black woman down. She wanted to take down MSNBC. Let me see what the post said. Her birthday February 6th. Kevin Gates' birthday February 5th. Ex-host Tiffany Cross wanted to take down MSNBC before exit. She said she learned that she was getting pushed out. Allegedly threatened to go out in a blaze and take down the cable network and his boss, Rashida Jones. Which Rashida Jones are we talking about here? Whose weekend show The Cross Connection was abruptly canceled earlier this month as MSNBC elected not to renew her contract, according to sources, began frantically calling out the journalists, media executives, and social activists a week before her ousted in a bid to rally support, a source with knowledge alleged. I came out as bi. Is that what they said? Because that's not what I had just seen. Hold on. She made calls saying, and he definitely is something about his body. He just didn't get no ass. I wish he would have got an ass. And this is what happens with a black girl with the black hair doing, nice, pretty black woman. Got her a good position. Why are they canceling her show though? Because I don't know nothing about this girl until this came out. She may call saying, "I'm going to go out in a blaze. I'm taking down the network and going after Rashida." I don't think that's wise. So if I'm gonna dissect it, you at MSNBC. Oh, this is Rashida Jones here. Rashida Jones, good and black. So why do you want to first off, why do you want to take down another black woman? Secondly, why is your show being canceled? Thirdly, if your show getting canceled, why are you sitting here telling everybody what you plan on doing instead of just doing it? Thank you so much, Bran. She can't, oh, here we go. This is right here. And this is what I saw somebody say is they have to sign, well, this, thank you so much, Bran. This, as I see this, $100,000 expenses for 5-star hotels. I've seen somebody say that the company has to sign off on that stuff. During her 2-year tenure at MSNBC, the host took trips to Los Angeles and the Super Bowl, portraying them as work trips. Sources claim Cross's Oscars trip, in which she alleged staying at the Beverly Wilshire on Rodeo Drive for an extended stay, raised eyebrows according to a source. She's staying at a hotel NBC's execs don't stay at, the source said of the Four Seasons owned hotel, which charges more than $1,000 a night for a basic room during high season. She mistook working in television for being a celebrity. She was making north of $200,000, and she acted like she made $5 million. Let me just keep reading because I'm gathering information. Elsewhere, Cross alleged irking colleagues as she demanded more office space, despite the fact that she was only on the air once a week An insider added, management wasn't receptive partly because her show was in last place, despite her public insistence that her numbers were strong, according to sources close to the situation. In a statement on her exit, Cross claimed that her show garnered more than 4.6 million monthly viewers. Monthly? And it was, and that is what, and that it was MSNBC's highest rated weekend show. According to Nielsen, you know Nielsen, the Cross Connection never came close to that number, drawing between 700,000 and just under 500,000 viewers a week since June. For years, and only 2 years, she only been on here 2 years, her show averaged just over 500,000 viewers. I've had 500,000 viewers, and I'm not on MSNBC. Last month, the show reeled in 600,000 viewers on average for the month, trailing CNN's newsroom with 696 viewers on Fox News Cavuto Live, which tallied nearly 1.4 million viewers. Now we get to see. Now this is interesting too. Bring up entering Tucker Carlson in his sit down with Kanye West. Not yet, but I see his picture here. Ratings also the MSNBC Live with Alex Witt. I don't watch none of these programs. I don't even watch MSNBC. Had never even tuned into it before until I watched Alex sit down with Kanye West. Tucker. So I have no idea who Alex Witt is, or I know what the newsroom is. No idea who Cavuto Live is. But Alex Witt is the network's highest rated weekend show. The network. You've got to win the room to survive bad ratings, a source close to MSNBC said. One of Jones's first major hires, Cross was meant to attract black viewers to the network. A former Washington, well, this is going to do it. You know, black people love thievery, drug traffickery. You liked it, Natasha? Attract viewers to the network. Get out of fucking ads. You can't even read that, so you don't bite on that. So many ads. A former Washington bureau chief of BET. Wait a minute. Cross was a former Washington bureau chief for BET. Cross worked as a political guest analyst for MSNBC before eventually grabbing an anchor's chair in 2020. I said it about her hair. It was black. Sources shake and go. Sources said doubts had lately grown whether Cross's contract would be renewed. Nevertheless, her abrupt dismissal days before the midterm election surprised some insiders. Timing, who expected she would at least finish out the contract, which would have expired on the 31st. It's like she didn't even finish her 2 years. It's going to be turned into a movie like the Megyn Kelly thing. Fans across outspoken tell it like it is delivery. Is that what you said? No, you said the shake and go. I don't know who Joy Reid is. Fans of Cross's outspoken tell it like it is delivery blasting MSNBC on social media for canceling Cross Connection, which aired on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon. She had 2 hours and was only bringing in 4 people. And Natasha was one of them. In a statement posted to her Instagram, Cross portrayed her ouster as backlash for her unapologetic takes on gender, race, and politics. She had been in public feuds with Tucker, Megyn, who she called a black face expert, Bill Maher, who she called an angry old white man. She is beautiful. Um, but she's an angry black woman. And now she's a thieving, angry black woman. And let me tell you this, that's the only thing. You know, we got to watch MSNBC to watch Screamers, American Greed. So all while we was watching, all while Kanye was talking to Tucker, he didn't sit down with, well, she couldn't because she didn't get no good ratings, and they're not going to give her the good interview, and she don't got no good ratings, and the people don't like her. You got a problem with Bill Maher. Hold on, I got to plug my charger in. You got a problem. Which one is this? This is the thing. You got a problem with Bill Maher. You got a problem with everybody. You got a problem with Tucker Carlson. Apparently Tucker Carlson good enough. Kanye wanted to do the interview with him. Kanye only do interviews with people that is worth doing an interview with. People don't, even if not, he don't want to do it with him. I'm not tuning in, but I know who Tucker Carlson is now. Kanye didn't want to sit down with her. Well, you can't put two sinking ships together. Kanye's ship is what it is, but you can't, you can't tie him with a sinking ship. And that's not what he's gonna do with the brand. So he knew all of that was going on while he was sitting there talking with Tucker Carlson. And Tucker knew she was about to get canned all while he was sitting there talking to Kanye. NAACP President Derek Johnson, he's handsome, was one of the 40 black leaders supporting Cross. Johnson was called by Cross before MSNBC informed her she was let go. Cross, I did hear that statement before. She wanted to castrate Florida. Oh. See, this is something I have to sleep on, because I'm getting some things. Castrating Florida, her being a black outspoken woman, Kanye West. I have to sleep on this and let this come to me. Like, this is just like the young lady that passed. I did not get into this, but it's just too much. I got to pace myself. All of this is just too much. So that's what's going on with Alex Cross. Is her name Alex? Because that's a what you call it novel, ain't it? That's Tyler Perry, Alex Cross, right? But that's what's going on with her. She's done. Now she was on. See, now, did y'all watch her on Kanye on Outspoken on Hell of a Week with Charlemagne? She made comments that rankled MSNBC execs and insider. Cause I just been here, there, and nowhere at all. Making comments that rankled MSNBT execs. An insider told the Post the show's host Charlemagne the God asked her roundtable of guests. She was on the roundtable? Asked his roundtable of guests which state the Democrats could afford to lose in the midterm elections. This is when she said, Florida is the dick of the country. Let's castrate Florida. The next day, Cross was told she was out. Single as hell. Stace, we talking about. First, I started with. Did you come in from the videos, Stace? Let me know. I'm doing what do you call this? A test. I don't know what it is, but I'm just trying to see if it does what it's supposed to do. Did you come in from the video that I posted? If you have, I've only discussed um, the killings of these black people on these vacations and how the details of old girl's death just ain't matching up. If her friends said, if her friends didn't want her to go with the doctor, I don't know how the doctor just left her there when she was not well. So there's a lot of details that are not making sense. And that's really that. And I said, if we're going to do something, oh no, if we're going to do something, we have to sit still. We have to sit and be still and sit shiv. Sit shiva like the Jewish people, because this is happening all too often. And just as regular, American citizens of a melanated culture, we have to do something to let the people know that we don't accept or respect the actions going on. So there's that. The next day, Cross was out after she sat on Charlamagne's show. So Charlamagne is ending careers. I don't, and all of that for what? So they could. I'm gonna sleep on that too, and I'm gonna let the information come to me as it comes to me. I'm not going back there. I'm trying to move on. I'm out of here at 6. 5. I'm out of here in an hour. So I'll get back to that. I'll even put a video together. I said Natasha, I'll probably put that together in a video. But ain't nobody gonna watch it. People, I don't know what the people are gonna watch. But put that in the video with the old girl who went barreling down La Brea and only 2 cars blew up. I'll put it all together in something like that. But the next day she was out. Speaking of the next day, didn't nobody watch that video either. And this TikTok, let me tell you this, I got 40,000 people. It shouldn't be no reason I don't have 5,000. I haven't watched Real Housewives of Potomac. We'll get into that tonight. There should be no reason, maybe. There's other things I need to do. But I hear it's getting, but they've been lining us up for months that the shit was going to hit the fan. But when I said Kelly looked like that girl, Marcy Martin, after that We Are the Children Foundation, where she looked really pretty in that flower dress, but it kind of looked like scales. And I said, well, maybe she should have been Ariel. Maybe Kelly's too old to play Ariel. But ain't we all older? Because they want to remake some stuff. Make these characters older, because we grown. The best thing they ever did was make the Rugrats older, but that didn't last long. And I don't think they wanted to, I don't know, they probably didn't want to distort the image. Oh, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared for none of this. What idea do you love? Make Kelly the Black Ariel, and evolve these, mature these characters that everybody grows up on, and there's a form. That's the thing. It's a formula, and we have to do something different. So there's that. But when I said she looked like a mature Marcy Python, because as soon as when I saw the picture, I said this can't be Marcy, because first of all, she's not that tall. But she looks so much like her, and I don't think anybody agreed, because nobody said they agree with me in the comments. I don't even think people made it that far in the video. But the next day, when Marcy and Kelly was on the Breakfast Club, and now they all about doing this press. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing together. I have yet to see like whatever notification of what their next project is. They were at a place with a step and repeat. I was looking at the pictures. I could barely make out the names on the step and repeat, but I did not think they'd be together the next day. So apparently, intentional with her wanting to look like a young, youthful chocolate chick, and they've been ushering Marcy Martin into the fold ever since that movie with Regina Hall. And Regina Hall ain't made a good movie since then. Moving on. I did not watch any interviews because there's whatever they're trying to get us to be worked up in. Any interviews where it's like Kelly went off on, so Kelly went off on, Kelly went off. Kelly does a lot of things. I don't need her going off on somebody to make headline news. Um, but the thing is, Natasha, I never would have thought they favored until that night when Kelly wore that dress and she was at that event. And then I just made the video, and as I'm sitting here thinking of things to say because I said she looked nice, but said that she looked like Marcy Martin at the same time, I had no idea they would be on this whole press junket the next day after I said that. What I'm saying is I be calling shit out. And if you know, you know. But even still, I didn't subscribe, prescribe, or digest anything where Kelly went off on somebody defending Chris Brown, defending Beyonce, defending any of this, because now we're all in this thing too with Chris Brown and Michael Jackson and the things and the things and the things and the things and the things. And to some degree I need to, because this is the topic of conversations on live, and y'all have to subscribe to the lives because that's where we're transitioning to. I'll say that. So, but there's so many other things going on. But I said, let me just jump on here and see. So I like to see that that is what you guys are paying attention to, so that I can jump in and get in on it, or really get the details and gather my opinions on it and share that with you guys. So please stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe. I was just saying this with Jamil Hill. Supporters criticized MSNBC for deciding not to renew her contract just a few weeks after Fox News Carlson blasted her comments on race, accused her of genocidal talk. Her and Kanye West caught up in this stuff. Let me go back, because Brian said, came out as bi. And then I'm gonna double back on that, and then I'm moving ahead on what? I don't know. I don't need to get, I told y'all, I'm gonna do that after I get in here. People are now calling, this is 3 days ago, people are now calling Kevin Gates gay and bisexual after he revealed, that's from Lipstick Alley. I like to read Lipstick Alley in the bed under the covers. After he revealed he was molested as a child. There's that. The more we add attention, I'll say this, and I move on. The more we add any attention to the fact that he's coming out as what he enjoys, appreciates, feels, expresses, or anything like that, only gives more shadow for people who aren't comfortable in coming out and expressing how they feel, think, express, love, the freedom to do that. So if that's what he said, we're moving on from that. If that's what Joe Budden said, we're moving on from that. If that's what Alex Alsina does, we see it and we move on from that. I don't want now Kevin Gates to parade it in our face, which is not, that's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Alex Alsina parading somebody in our face. Okay, that's who you dating, that's fine. We'll move on from that. Joe Budden with some thick hip, big ass girl. I can't even see Joe. I just can't even see Joe Budden in that type of setting. You know how I said we try to picture people maybe I try to picture people having sex with somebody? That's not what I see. And I always see Joe Budden, Joe do the bending and get bended. So that's that on that. Not to say he can't like thick women, but that's not what I see him with when I see him deciding to be with the woman for a night. But that's all topic of the conversation. The fact of the matter is that people are out here coming out and being comfortable. Whether people are coming out, and this is a thing too, it's all a double-edged sword, right? And whether this gives people the ability to come out and be comfortable with who they are, you still can't even be that, because then you'll be questioned, like I said with Joe Budden, sitting out here with a girl with hips the size of a house, but that's what real niggas do, fuck bitches with big asses, you know what I'm saying, that sort of thing. but so he can't be that gay. So now we're getting into questions with things. People are questioning things that they don't have any knowledge on, any respect for, and too much concern in to even understand how somebody could genuinely live their life that way. That's it. Moving on. Let me go back to Wendy Williams, y'all. She was at The View. Was speaking of The View, before I get into Wendy Williams, which is all the same. The View is gonna come crashing. It's gonna have, so just like Wendy Williams, some overt scandal and come to a crashing halt. As I look at this was 6 days ago. Sarah Hines tells Sonny to shut up, and it's gonna be on the thing of Sonny. I can't stand her. Sonny Holston. Sonny Holston. I can't stand her. Sarah told her to shut up. I like Sarah, and she shares gross photos without warning. As she shares gross photos without warning. I don't like it, and that's just what that is. I don't like Sonny. Um, to the View, to the point of the View. I last night. I don't know if I'll read it all the way through, but I feel like there's something in there I want to see, and I definitely want to read it before the BW kicks the bucket. But I read Star Jones' book. What's it called? Satan's Sisters, right? And I read it years ago. Like when it first came out, I got it on the ebook, and I read it. So I reread it again as I was laying in bed, and I was like, well, let me just see. And if just same thing with like a Kanye West conversation. If you know who he's talking about, you know the references he's making. If you understand the references, you can put together the picture. You know what I mean? And especially if you know the players. So I said, well, let me just see again if what Star Jones touches on, even though things are, you know what I mean, made for a book and the book is described as fiction. This was her life. And she hasn't been a host of any other show like that. So when you describe an experience like that, to some degree, there's a mirroring of your experience and some truth in this literature that you're putting together. So maybe let's get through to that. Maybe I was thinking she might allude to the main character. Her name is Maxine in her book, but obviously Maxine is Barbara Walters. And I want to see if she talks about Maxine having these journals, and being extremely secretive, and dating black men, and all this stuff that is, well, secretive, obviously, and dating black men at Barbara Walters. The journals is something which I read last night, like, oh, maybe this, hopefully, that was a nugget. What do they call it? An Easter egg? What do they call it? Of information that when Barbara was so ailing and all this stuff, that those journals of her documenting her experiences over her history of her career of experiences and conversations and secrets and stuff like that. Maybe those things will come out once Barbara passes. I just want to finish the book before she does, because I done lost 2 of the 3 ladies I talked about in the video. So I need to get on the good foot. And we coming up on Betty White's anniversary. You know, she died the 31st of December. So I need to finish by the 31st because Barbara might be due to go. But anyways, we're moving on to Wendy Williams. This was on last Monday, just this past Monday. Wendy Williams was with WBLS. And if you ever watch Wendy Williams, Wendy always talked about WBLS. She loved the people at WBLS. She loved WBLS, 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 WBLS. So she sits down for this panel at WBLS, Circle of Sisters or something like that, right? There was a panel. Let me pull up the panel. I should have took a picture of it. I got to do better. I'm working on better. Wendy Williams. It was a little weekend. It was a little weekend thing. What they called it? Okay. Hold on, y'all. I hate when shit don't be where it was the last time you left it. Because I didn't have to do all this scrolling last time I saw this. When I saw this the first time. Is this this? Is this the same thing? No, this is not the same thing. This is just today. This is not the same thing either. Oh yeah, man, this is not the same thing either. As I look at this picture of Wendy Williams getting her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on their website, did y'all see Christina Applegate getting her star on the Hollywood? She is not. She is not well. I didn't know that she was not as well. I did not know that was that extreme. Her, Selma Blair. And speaking of white women, did y'all see that the family of the house that Anne Hayes crashed into when she died is suing her estate? That's not funny, but I might let out a little chuckle. As they should, right? I'm about to get into that. Now that I might get into tonight. That the Dead to Me um, last season. I'm trying to find the WBLS. They had a little thing. They see, and they probably took it down after seeing my video, making note that they had seen because they be watching my stuff. Um, I wanted to give you guys a breakdown of how the weekend went. It was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Something happened on Sunday. They had all these types of radio people, things like that, Saturday, Sunday. Things on Monday was this wellness event that was sponsored by Wells Fargo. And if you know, you know. I have to get into that. And then Wendy Williams was the last part. She was the last moment of that evening or that event. She looked good, but ain't nothing. A little base and concealer don't fix, which has always been Wendy's thing. She didn't. It wasn't too much. A little base, a little concealer, a little makeup on the décolletage to even everything out, make her look healthy. I do feel like she got a breast reduction. And maybe that's when they slipped her to Mickey because even though she was coherent, she just is not the Wendy that we see. Thanks to TikTok, I just watched, just seen the clip of her hosting the R&B Divas reunion, where she told, "Oh girl, you're the most depressing character on television I've ever seen." That's not the same Wendy that was sitting up on that couch like that. Her interviewing Roseanne Barr. Now these are years ago. Let's just take it back 2 years when she was talking about when Britney Spears was coming out of the conservatorship. That is not the same Wendy. So I'm yet holding on. But I don't know if there is. I just don't know we'll get the Wendy that we'll get. She's good enough to sit and have a conversation, which I hope, I hope her sitting there, I don't want to hear anybody talk about her with dementia because at this point, if dementia has been the thing for a year and a half, she would not be able to sit there and carry on a conversation in any capacity, whether somebody coached her, whether she was reading off a script, whether she was anything like that, where she's not reading off a script. And even if somebody coached her, if you got dementia, it don't matter. If somebody could be reading into your ear, you're not going to be capable to be cohesive in that way. And especially in front of the audience. Now, it was a very controlled audience, as many Wendy audiences have been since we've seen her out and about, running to the store at 11 o'clock, coming out of the back door of the steakhouse, walking on the beach with maybe her son, maybe Will, who knows. Um, it was an intimate gathering. I would say it was about 30, maybe 40 people, maybe not even, maybe 40 people in the audience. So you got Wendy Williams there, everybody waiting to see Wendy, but you only got 40 people. And it wasn't like it was 1,000 seats set up. It was 40 seats. It was 50 seats and 40 people was there. So that math is not mathing to me. And the Wendy Williams story is going to continue to get diluted because they're sitting there trying to run with that story about her son giving her the ultimatum, is the ultimatum he gave her two wellness stints ago, when she came out of that wellness center holding on to the driver's arm and she didn't have nothing on her feet in that robe outside. That was then. So now you're telling me that she's still not in contact with her son, or she was in contact with him when she was in, but he's still giving her the same ultimatum that he gave her two stints ago? What's the what and why is it? So that's the thing with Wendy. Again, she wanted to talk about falling in love. Um, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I put that video up just to have a little something up, keep in line with the Wendy context. And also, it was a different clip. I didn't see anybody posting that clip. All the other clips you've seen where she don't want to marry a man, she don't want to get married again. She just wants to fall in love. She'll never come out of a wig and all that stuff. Stuff Wendy been saying since you've known Wendy. And in this clip, what was she talking about? I'm not exactly sure. And I thought that might have been a talking point because yes, she looked good. And yes, she was staying with the conversation. But what, again, did we walk away with from the conversation that Wendy had with that young lady up on that stage in front of 30 people? But I don't know. I don't know what the people. I can only provide the information in my way. So that's that Wendy. Um, and that's, she did say she's about to get an honorary doctorate. And all of these things, even the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, um, then an honorary doctorate from something that's just like posthumous is after death, and these pre-things after death to really like solidify the career, you know what I'm saying, or the credibility of the Wendy Williams experience as a whole, the star and the doctorate and ding the ding the ding the ding the ding. Meanwhile, she's just not the same Wendy. She's just not the same Wendy. You look at Oprah, and then we're not even looking at age. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. It's not even the age of, things of, no. You look at Oprah and all the fucking secrets Oprah keep, and she just keep looking better and better and better. Is it the same Oprah? I don't know. Is it the same Wendy? I don't know. That cloning thing is a real concept. Is it a real action? They're really out here cloning people. It's what they say. But, I'm not, I wouldn't completely disregard the idea, but that's really something to wrap your head around. Understand that. But Oprah just keep ticking and a moving and a shaking and a going, and she older than Wendy. And maybe she don't got the same ailments. Okay, women, different lives, different paths, different experiences. She don't got the lymphedema. I don't need Wendy keep up there talking about lymphedema. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. Girl, everybody knows. You had your feet up on TMZ. Everybody knows about your lymphedema. People watched you when you were still with it on your show. When you stopped wearing heels and really had to find you sneakers to match your dresses in the purple chair every morning, live. You was fine then. So something happened, and they're pushing this Wendy out to us so that we have whatever it is. And the timing, like I said, all these things were happening, and there's no coincidence. Wendy was in some wellness care, and then Kanye, Wendy. I just don't know. Those are the things I sleep on, and it comes to me somewhere out of nowhere. Something comes to me out of nowhere. and I get to weaving these things together. But it's no coincidence that she was there on a wellness day, and Wells Fargo. Because as Wendy Williams, don't you associate me with nothing at Wells Fargo? No, wouldn't y'all? Wouldn't y'all be saying the same thing? Don't you associate me with nothing associated with Wells Fargo? I don't care if they provided the pins for the event. I don't care if they provided the pens for the event. I will not be there. I will not be there. But she was there in front of 30 people. Wendy Williams? Like the people are just like, oh no, I'm not going to go to that. Or even when she's outside this paparazzi, no, I'm not. We're not going to stalk the building. It's just going to be 2 or 3 paparazzi people, barely even. The videos I posted with her going to the grocery store, it's one damn paparazzi, maybe 2. Her coming out the damn 2, maybe. This is not a real life situation. This is not a really candid, spontaneous action. This is very orchestrated. In front of 30 people, maybe if she did mess up, it wouldn't go. Because all the clips are the same. The clips are the same. It's all from the same person. And the one clip with her talking about marrying a guy and falling in love and being booked and busy and stuff like that, all edited the same way. Her boobs look great though. What else is on? What else is up? Oh, Kanye West. Y'all don't want to talk about Kanye West? I wish I had something to say about Potomac. Starting me up mixed actions towards Wendy Seffer were intolerable. I told y'all in the video weeks ago that she was going to be throwing a drink on Wendy. And, Potomac just really turned up the drama for the holiday season. At this point, I'm really kind of tired. I'm not going to be associated with somebody just like Wells Fargo. Yeah, I don't care if you provided the pins. I'm not showing up. I'm not going, involving, bothering myself with women that I do not get along with, do not have a relationship with, do not, it's just, there's not enough money when all of these women have money. All these Bravo checks are nice checks. Would you turn down $25,000 an episode, $250,000 an episode? No, you normally wouldn't. But the idea that this is the content that is needed to be created to gain $250,000 for you to open up another back, whatever Mia do, or Wendy to do the many things that she fucking does, or Karen to get new surgery and better wigs, or Giselle to send her kids to college. I'm sure they'll go to a very nice college. I'm sure she has a very nice fun setup for them. That's all Giselle do with her money. She don't decorate, and she don't get dressed, and she don't buy good wigs. Candace is funneling her money through her music. Robin is using her money against Juan, or to stack up against Juan, because Juan is going to leave her eventually. All of these things, the money for these real life situations and these fake ass experiences that are put out on the show that put people and paint people in a bad light. I'm really kind of exhausted by it. I'm really quite exhausted by it. In that sense. The double, I don't even say, because I didn't even watch the Basketball Wives last season. But that is the thing with Basketball Wives was, that's a real life, and I'm just touch on this just it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I don't like how they're doing it, okay? Basketball Wives was different. Granted, I don't want to see women fighting women or whatever, but I know you. We literally run in the same crowds together. You knew she slept with my man. Like, this is like real life stuff, okay? With a camera. Granted, no, you knew the argument happened on Tuesday. I called Tuesday afternoon. I told you Tuesday night if I seen the bitch, I'm gonna beat her ass. Yes, Shawnee gonna set the things up to go on Wednesday afternoon, and yes, things like that happen. But those are situations I can understand. I know why she wailed on her. I know why Tammy wanted to kick DJ Buffy off over the glass partition on the 24th floor of that restaurant. I know why I understood that. These things I don't understand. And these are fake and generated dramas that push this mess and whatever. And all of these people, me, it could be great. I could see myself, honestly, I've liked Potomac and really don't have no problem with none of the girls on Potomac. And with that being said, we just can't have the show where everybody likes everybody, where everybody's a fan, everybody, people to appreciate everybody for their differences and things like that. No, it's got to be some shit, and it's gonna be the darkest girl against the lightest girl. It's gonna be the oldest girl against the youngest girl. It's gonna be the plainest girl against the fanciest girl. It's gonna be the most secure girl against the most insecure. And people like this shit because it mirrors what the fuck is going on in their own lives. Low vibration, like Coach Stormy said, that shit is low vibrational. Because, like I said, Mia, and even being in the maybe okay, I don't know, but if Wendy, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like okay, it's a race situation. If Mia said something racist, right, or whatever, I'm not going too much into it other than this. If Mia says something racist, or even that's how the show is being laid out, I'm not showing up for the check. I'm not showing up. Because y'all consistently, persistently, emphatically drive race to be an issue between women of color. I don't subscribe or prescribe. And like I said, what I said about Giselle is that Giselle was the one to put these girls together. I think Giselle is the head maker um, of the Potomac Housewives, and that's why she don't, and whatever Jamal deals, she done signed with Jamal, because make no mistake, pastors caught up in the mix, be in the mix, okay? So whatever that deal is, that is what that is. So there's that, and I mean, I'm kind of tired of breaking it down in that kind of way, because I mean, it consistently kind of boil in um, to the same gravy, the same bullshit gravy. So that's that. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do with Kanye. I don't know. Not that but I don't know what's gonna happen with Kanye. And like Wendy Williams, I just wish the plan would land. All the stories, that's none have been seen, and even the way that they present it, I just don't think it's positive. It's extremely, extremely low vibrational. I don't know what we're gonna do with Kanye, but I like in this instance here where the former Yeezy employees accused Kanye West of allegedly sharing intimate photos of Kim Kardashian during meetings. I mean, what is sharing intimate photos with Kim Kardashian when Kim Kardashian shares intimate photos? How intimate were they? Is that what he did? I don't know. I would speculate to think that he wouldn't be out here doing that maliciously. But like I told you before, I don't know Kanye from a can of paint, or none of these people. But it just don't make sense. Um, but at the same time, too, what could he show the people? No, it's not right as the mother, father of, with her being the mother of his kids or his ex-wife, wife, whatever, to be disrespectful in that way. But what is he showing the people that the people ain't seeing already? People like maybe in a easy conversation, they're like, "Oh, Kim threw the picture up like this." He said, "Oh, well, I got this one was just like this." Maybe like now that's it right there because they're making see now what you saying on airbrush takes it back to TikTok. Seen this video, I guess somewhere they're making a big deal about Kim being somewhere or unedited pictures coming out, and it's a big deal. Oh, these pictures look on airbrush and Kim something wrong. No, there's nothing wrong. This would just heifer look like without a damn Instagram filter on her face or whatever amazing filters that they fucking use. When Chloe airbrushed the whole side of her, a whole band-aid off her face, or making Chris look like she's 40 when she's 70. You know what I mean? Things like that. Already know, already aware. It was nothing, and then everybody done seen the videos. So what is he showing? Intimate for what is he showing the people? That one, they would have to run to a news source and say, "Oh, Kanye showed us these stories," because I would have to click on this and see who came out and said it. Obviously, it looks good that Yeezy employees would be the culprits to do something like that because Yeezy is the business, Yeezy is the breadwinner. But who the hell came running to the damn Hollywood Unlocked? Jason Lee and Kanye West. Who would come running to Hollywood Unlocked and be like, "Oh yeah, these are the pictures." Because if you've seen the picture, like, well, this is what the Kim picture posted. This is the picture Kim posted last Tuesday. This is the picture Kim posted last Thursday. And like I said, maybe they're on airbrush. But there's nothing so intimate about these images that it needs to become a fucking headline. When that's what the headline has become, when this man just said that his mother was killed for entertainment, and nobody wants to talk about that. I think that is the biggest thing. Finally, a direct confirmation of many speculations I've had when it comes to people sacrificing people. No, Beyonce will, and as I've gotten older, I don't think Aaliyah was sacrificed for Beyonce. She made way for Beyonce to be, but Beyonce and Aaliyah were not the same. Aaliyah was Rihanna, and if Aaliyah was still alive, there would be no Rihanna. There would still be room for Beyonce because Lady Gaga and Beyonce. So I don't think there would be any Rihannas, and Lady Gaga would have came much later. So that's that with that. But no way, shape, or form would you get Dame or Jay-Z or Beyonce to say, "Yeah, Aaliyah was sacrificed for us." One day, maybe now we'll get Bruno Mars to come out and say how his mother was sacrificed for his entertainment success. We probably will never get Jennifer Hudson to come out and say, "My family was sacrificed for my entertainment success." Things that we speculate on about these people's families fucking dying, or these other celebrities dying for the success or the furthering of the career of somebody else, is now confirmed with this man. But because it's all wrapped up in all this other dumb shit and people think he's so this and so that, nobody wants to hear what the fuck he said. When everybody should always be listening to what the fuck Kanye West is saying. Period. Regardless of everything else. Like I said, he's got a little misogynistic way, but that's men in entertainment. But because if Kanye was playing the game the way the game was intended to be played, listening to who we need to listen to and checking in with who we need to check into, and not a martyr for whatever this current climate of entertainment shifting and all this going on right now, we would know nothing about this. Nothing would be a piece of conversation at all. Kanye West relationships will be swept under the rug. Kanye West outbursts or any type of mental, anything physical, anything that would portray him in a bad light will be swept under the rug. Because that's what happens. I don't know if he's running for president, but like I've told you guys before, the fact that they brought Donald Trump, and not Donald Trump the human being, not the Donald Trump the person that people liked before he became president, became this bad person. When they elected an entertainment figure into the White House, it shifted the narrative, it shifted the paradigm, it shifted the future of politics and government as a whole. And as y'all know, ain't nothing been the same, not because of Donald Trump, but since Donald Trump, if you understand the difference in that. So he's hilarious. Donald Trump is hilarious. And that's why people loved him before. He was a cool guy, funny, money, take you where you need to go, do the things you need to do, get you what you need to get. I don't want to get on into all that. I only got 10 minutes left. But that's what that is. And this is where we are. What they will do with this Kanye West man, I don't know. But hopefully they let him leave on a good note, like they trying to give Wendy some honorary doctorate, when Wendy don't need no damn doctorate of nothing. And I love her. But she don't need no doctorate of nothing. But if they're gonna give her something and then take her out to make her look better, I would hope and pray they do the same thing for Kanye West with the influence that he has had on the culture as a whole. Since backpacks and button downs under polos under sweaters and all the things. Hopefully they let him do the same things. Give him the same grace and opportunity. Because right now they just can't wait to bring that man down. And in him coming down, I think he just might bring the Kardashians with him. But that remains to be seen. That will be Kris Jenner working in overtime. That could be Kris Jenner. I don't know. But we'll see what happens when all that happens. On a final note, I'm going to take 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to take 10 minutes to talk about it. But I told y'all last year, I'm done wishing Christmases, Easter, Thanksgiving. All I got is a birthday. I didn't ask for that. So that should be something everybody should be able to celebrate, because you didn't ask to be here. Which you could curse it and you could be thankful for it. It depends on how you look at it. But every other holiday that we celebrate, which is marked on your calendars, is fake. It's a fraud. It's a capitalistic. It's wrong. Yes, yes. Thanksgiving, we come and we get with family. Most people don't even talk about the things that they're thankful for. They just want to get together and they want to eat, and that's great. But just keeping the energy of such a traumatic experience at one time alive encourages the energy to stay present over the world. And this is often, mainly in this country, and that's often why they don't celebrate Western holidays in other parts of the world, because they know the truth and they're not a part of the capitalistic agenda. Which is just facts. Which is just facts. If we can't even celebrate Martin Luther King on his actual holiday, if black people can't celebrate Independence Day on the day that we got independent and the day we gained our independence, if we're not going to celebrate African leaders or people that honestly made a significant change or contribution to, and if they didn't, because everybody who was actually significant with a positive contribution was silenced and pushed to the fucking side, and somebody else was pushed into place to then become the place of, like I said before about Harriet Tubman. Y'all not gonna sit here and tell me it wasn't no other man, it wasn't no other woman before Harriet Tubman tried to take the slaves to the place where they need to be. Let's talk about those people, because Harriet was probably fucking some of these white men. I don't want to, but I said it. that granted her the grace to do the things that she did. So when it comes to holidays, I wish you find yourself wrapped up in honest and true love, compassion, and comfort. I hope that your bellies stay full and the focus becomes you and your community. Um, I encourage us as a culture to just do things on a different day. I don't be concerned with Thanksgiving. I eat Thanksgiving food all the time. I don't be concerned about fellowship with people. I can fellowship with people anytime. Think Christmas is great. I know, right? Christmas is great because the gifts. Christmas ain't about the gifts. Don't even get started on Easter. Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. Let's give it to the. Any advice for celebrating alone? Glow up, Jess. Um, get you a good lineup. I'm gonna get into I don't know what type of movies or whatever you like. If you like the Housewives, start a new franchise. If you like movies, I'm gonna do X-Men from X-Men Origins and follow it phonetic, succinctly to the top. That's my intention. Um, get into a passion. Make something that you always wanted to. Even if you fail, you tried. And then you'll know better for next time if cooking is what you want to do. If you don't want to cook, I'm sure there's a restaurant open. Go treat yourself. Do and I want to do smart. I'm going to start Smart Lake City too, because that's the one I've never watched. But do things for yourself. Call a friend. Call your parents. Call somebody that you know you can get on the phone with and just have a good key with, just so you feel better, so you feel lighter, so you feel encouraged to go on to the next day, or just so that, because it's not essential to spend the time with the people, because most times I'm not close to the people I'm closest to. I'm not physically close to the people I'm emotionally closest to, but we still connect. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So you just find the time to do that. Whether it's after that, grab you some champagne, make you some mimosas without the orange juice, if you prefer, you know, and just do it. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. That's what I have. As far as celebrating alone. I'm not even getting into that. So that's that, and that's what that is. But these holidays is, I mean, even with birthdays, if you celebrate somebody all year, if you think about somebody all year, and that's the thing, it's just shifting the mindset. You think about somebody all year, you celebrate all year. Oh, I thought of this, and I got you this notebook. I thought of this. I am making a very small meal. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not in the mood. I was gonna do a gumbo, but I'm not. I'm just gonna do some turkey legs. I might do Brussels sprouts, because that's what I have. Natasha, I made them rutabagas, and I might put them on while to snack on. I'm gonna roast them. I'm gonna put those on while I cook everything else. But just some turkey wings and Brussels sprouts, I think. Either Brussels sprouts or greens, but I just had cabbage. Brussels sprouts is cabbage too. I got some asparagus. I'm not exactly sure on my veggie. And I'll probably make mashed potatoes. That's it, that's all. And I tried to get a damn apple pie in today, but I didn't make it in time for the delivery. All the deliveries from Walmart was booked up. But I'll have me an apple pie on Friday. Um, so that's my plan. That's the goal for Thanksgiving. Um, I think I was saying something, but I forgot. Yes, I cooked the rutabaga on Sunday. I put it in my I put it in the cabbage. And now I got to now I got to keep me some rutabaga and some asparagus amongst because in the freezer I had some spinach and some broccoli and some string beans in the freezer, greens in the cabinet. You know, some glory greens. Cause I'm just not cooking down greens. I just don't be in the mood for that. Um, the cabbage was a lot quicker um, than I thought it would be. But even to the rutabaga, that's what took. I won't say it took all day, but that takes the most time. But the house smells so good. Oh, it smelled like southern cooking, and it was just the goddamn rutabagas. I did put some chicken base, bouillon base, you know, the paste, in the water with the as they cook down. But it did that. That's what I'm doing. That's what that is. See, see, you can finally did you a Walmart delivery. It's so convenient. It's like I ain't been to Walmart in months, and yet I see I got a Walmart item in my house weekly. um, so that is that. I will be back. Um, or the pickup is, you know, me, the pickup is nice. You get out the house, and if you out running errands, it is really nice. But what I like to do for the delivery is do it when I get in bed and get everything I want because I done made a list all day. And I get everything I want in the bed from my list. I get to checking the things off on the list in the bed. I get the delivery in the morning, set it up for 9, 10 in the morning, and I wake up and it's there. It's nothing like it. Yes. Um, so that's that. I wish you guys a delicious and fulfilling holiday um, or experience. I hope you have the fun. I hope you have the cocktails. I hope you learn something you didn't know. I hope you do something you haven't done before. I will be back Monday with some quality content, some rundown, some deep dives with some things. I also need to do. I am behind on my spotlights, so I should be popping out one of those too. Stay with me as we continue to go up this ladder of success. Mia, I love you. I love you guys always. You could be anywhere on this TikTok or on your phone, but you're here with me, and I greatly appreciate that. So until next time, I will definitely see you sooner rather than later.